Hi kids, I hope this finds you all well. I've been stuck at home too, just like all of you, and I've been missing you and missing going to school, so I thought I would read you a story, check in with you and see how you're all feeling. Because I was stuck at home, I didn't have all our favorite books with me, so I actually chose a book that I have from when I was a little girl. And I chose this book because it's about pets, and for the past 2 weeks I have been home with my pets and they have been loving it. I have a dog named Mickey, he's just a wee little dog, and a cat named Loki. And I also have a horse named Thunder. He doesn't live inside the house because he's way too big. But we've been having lots of fun together. So this book I have, it's in really bad shape. It's actually falling apart, so I have to be careful when I read it to you. But I hope you enjoy it, and I will be sending you lots more videos in the next little while of more stories. I hope to get some more supplies, maybe some puppets, and maybe I'll bring our friend Alice home from school and she can join us too. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. It's called Too Many Bozos. And there's the first page there. So you can see it's kind of falling apart, so it's that old, just like Miss Stacy. And there it is too. Can you see the mummy? She's kind of looking terrified of maybe this frog and this mouse and that spider. Let's see what happens. Well, actually, I think it's an ant. Well, here's the first page. If I can hold the book together. Give me a second here. There we go. Mother, said Danny Drake, may I have a dog? Danny's mother looked at Danny. Danny Drake, she said, you asked me that last week, and what did I say? No, said Danny. You asked me that the week before, said his mother, and what did I say? No, said Danny. Danny's mother said, no, I'm sorry, Danny, our house is too small for a dog, but I have a good name for a dog, said Danny. I want to call him Bozo. No, Danny, said his mother, and Danny knew it was time to stop. Danny ran out to the park to play. He played in the park all morning with his friend Pete. They played that they were pirates on a pirate ship. Looks like they're down at a creek. This little brook in the park was a great river. Up and down the river went the pirates in their ship. Can't you see they've made little tiny little ships there in the water? Danny saw a little frog first. He knew at once that he wanted the frog for a pet. Pete helped him catch it. They found a box and put the frog in it. Then Danny carried the frog home. Oh boy, Danny said to the frog, am I glad I found you. Won't Mum be surprised? Mum was surprised. Danny held up the frog. Now I have a pet, he told his mother. Do you want to hold him? No thanks, said Danny's mother. I'm going to call him my pet Bozo. Danny said, Bozo the frog. Please tell Bozo the frog to stay in your room, said Danny's mother. Danny thinks he can hide a frog in his room. Danny kept Bozo the frog in his room and took good care of him. He made a nice home for him and gave him bits of meat to eat. What fun the frog was, and what a good jumper. First Danny put down 1 book, and Bozo jumped right over it. Danny put down 2 books, and then 3, and Bozo jumped over all of them. One day, Bozo made 1 jump too many. The door to his house was open. Jump, Bozo went out of the house. Jump, jump, he was out of Danny's room. Jump, 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 he was here, he was there, and all over the house. At last, Bozo found the best place of all. It was the place with water, so he jumped right in. He was in the kitchen sink. The sink was full of dishes. Bozo sat on Mother's best green dish. I think he liked the green dish because it was the same color as him. Uh-oh. Danny's mother came in to do the dishes. She screamed when she saw Bozo. Bozo was so scared he jumped out of the sink right at Danny's mother. A frog in my sink! Ah! Cried his mother. Danny, take that frog out of this house at once. Sadly, Danny put Bozo into the box and walked back to the park. There he is there walking back. He doesn't look very happy, does he? On the way, he met his friend Billy. "Look what I have," said Billy. He held up a little cage. "Look what I have," said Danny. He opened the box a little. Right then and there, they swapped. Billy took the box and Danny took the cage. I wonder what's in the cage. Danny ran all the way home. "Oh boy," he said to himself, "am I glad I met Billy. Won't Mom be surprised?" Mom was surprised. Danny held up the cage for her to see. There was a little white mouse in it. "This is my new pet," Danny said. "I'm going to call him Bozo. Bozo the mouse." Danny took the mouse out and let him hang on his sweater. "Look, Mom," he cried. "See what Bozo does? Do you want to try it?" "No, thanks," said Danny's mother. "And Danny Drake, don't let that mouse out of your room." "It's all right, Mum," said Danny. "Bozo the mouse won't get in the sink." This poor book is falling apart. Uh-oh. Danny took good care of Bozo the mouse. He cleaned Bozo's cage. He put food and water in it. He played with Bozo every day. Bozo the mouse did not get into the sink, but one morning he got out of his cage. He got out of Danny's room and he went down to the kitchen. Sniff, sniff, sniff went Bozo the mouse. The kitchen was full of good smells. Danny's mother had just made a cake for a big cake sale. That is, it was for the cake sale until Bozo the mouse saw it. Bozo the mouse liked the cake very much. When Danny's mother took a good look at her cake, she cried, "My cake! Oh, my lovely, lovely cake!" Then she said, "Danny Drake, take that cake-eating mouse out of this house at once." Sadly, Danny put Bozo the mouse into his cage. The best place to take Bozo the mouse, thought Danny, is back to the pet shop. That's where Billy got his white mouse in the first place. So Danny took Bozo to the pet shop. The pet shop man was glad to get the white mouse back. Danny and the pet shop man made a swap. I wonder what he's going to get this time. Danny ran all the way home. "Oh boy," he said to himself, "am I glad I went to the pet shop. I wonder what Mum will say when she sees what I have now." Danny's mother did not say anything at first. She just looked at the box that Danny was holding. "What in the world is that?" she asked. Danny held up the box. "This is an ant farm," Danny told her. "See all those ants? I can watch them work and everything." "Ants?" cried Danny's mother. "I can just see ants all over this house." "No ants, Danny Drake, and I mean it, no ants." "Mother," said Danny Drake at last, "I just have to have some kind of pet." "Yes," said Danny's mother, "I can see that you do." She put her arm around Danny. "And I know just the pet for you," she said. "Is it better than a frog?" asked Danny. "It's much better," said his mother. "Is it better than a white mouse?" "Much, much better," said his mother. "Is it better than an ant farm?" "Oh, yes," said his mother. "Much, much, much better." Ready for this? "Danny Drake," she said, "how would you like a dog?" "A dog?" cried Danny. "A dog?" "A little dog," said Danny's mother, "because our house is little, but a real dog." "Oh boy," said Danny, "a dog. And guess what I'm going to call him?" "Bozo," said Danny. "Bozo the dog." "Bozo," said Danny's mother. What a surprise. And there's Bozo and Danny. The end. Oh, and there's a little frog. Bozo the frog waving goodbye. I went to the pond the other day and I found tadpole eggs, which will one day grow into be frogs. So I'm going to take my video down there soon and show you what the tadpole eggs look like, and then we'll look again in another few days and see what they look like after that, and maybe we'll actually watch them hatch out of their eggs. But until then, goodbye. I'll see you soon.